It's time for a brand spanking new mock draft from Lupagus. Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, and it is time. The combine is over. Free agency is just about to start, so I'm going to drop my latest Vikings 7-round mock draft on all your asses right now. Before we do that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids, head over to That's Badass What Art, get yourself some fancy looking what art, whether it's a Vikings related skull piece or just anything, a lot of office stuff, whatever you're into. Luis can make it at That's Badass What Art. All right. So, like I said, free agency is just a couple days away, so things are going to change as that progresses. Probably do another mock, maybe a week into the free agency, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see what we do. But the combine's over, so guys are moving up and down the draft board. We've already had the big trade between the Bears and the Panthers, so already shake up to the draft order. So let's get this thing started. Let's see what the Minnesota Vikings may be doing now. I'm going back to the PFN mock draft simulator. A lot of times lately here on the lives, we've been using the mock draft database one. We did that on our dueling mocks as well. So I'm trying to see some different prospects fall to me. I don't know if PFN here has updated their rankings or not, but yeah, I just want to try something different because we don't keep seeing the same names over and over again. So let's get this thing going. I try to make it big. Hopefully you guys can see it. I got these stupid ads going here. Get rid of that. Nothing stupid about a Reese's, though. All right, so I'm offered a trade right now. It's the Packers, not interested. Lions, not really interested, but that is kind of tempting. What else we got? Browns, no. We're going to see what we have available here. All right, so Jalen Carter is on the board at pick 23. Brian Branch is there. Michael Mayer. Lucas Van Ness is still available, which I'm kind of surprised to see. You look at wide receivers, picked pretty clean. I don't think I'd pull the trigger on a Jalen Hyatt or a Josh Downs here. Jose Flowers is there. I would consider him. Let's just see how the board unraveled here. Bryce Young to the Panthers, which I still don't know what they're going to do there. I think all three of those guys, anybody but Will Levis is in play. Richardson goes 4. Where did Levis go? Well, Levis goes 19 to the Bucks. Wow. Cam Smith, Jahmyr Gibbs already at 21. Wow. All right. So I'm looking at this thing. Jalen Carter's here, big D tackle from Georgia. We talked to our boy, Mr. Vogel over there, and he pretty much said that, you know what? This misdemeanor thing's not a big deal down these Southern courts. Usually it gets cleared up right away. He was very confident it wasn't even going to affect Jalen Carter's draft stock. I'm going to believe him, and I'm going to go ahead and say the Vikings pull the trigger, get Jalen Carter at 23. Yes, that's a concern that he had to leave the combine to go get arrested, but he's a damn good football player. And he also does have some, he showed some leadership, paying for a teammate's food plan who could not afford to eat with the team. So with that, obviously huge red check next to his name after the whole misdemeanor incident with the drag racing thing, he does have some redeeming qualities as well. And the Vikings go ahead and end his fall at 23. So 87 now, looking at a linebacker, wide receiver, cornerback obviously is a huge need. So let's see how this board shakes out. Right away, the first name's catching my eye right here is Owen Popoe from Auburn, big physical linebacker. Ivan Pace Jr., I still love him, even though his arms are like T-Rex arms. But again, it's like he hasn't played with those arms his entire life. Luke Whippler, center, definitely in play. Let's see what we got for cornerbacks here. DJ Turner's a burner. Darius Rush is damn good. I do like Carrington Valentine. Corey Trice is there, but I feel like I like Gettrell Clark, Riley Moss, Garrett Williams. Geez. Yeah, so there's plenty. I think I can get a good corner if I wait. So I'm going to wait on the corner. Linebacker is definitely a possibility. Let's see where to tuck our D end or D tackle. The edge guys here, nobody's really jumping out at me. Let's check wide receiver. A.T. Perry. That's pretty tempting. Daniel Del Mingo. All right, I'm going to go to the linebacker. I'm going to take Popoe. He had a great combine. Big time hitter. I do like him quite a bit. A guy we're not really talking about much for the Vikings. I think he makes a lot of sense there. So we got our D tackle. We got our linebacker. Let's look at cornerback. Tomlinson's tiny, and we got I don't want another 5'9" corner. We got Corey Tracer, who I'm really considering. It may be just a hair early, but the temptation is real and the temptation is strong. Wide receiver, I feel like I can still get one. I see names I like here: Michael Wilson, Tyler Scott, Charlie Jones, Mingo Dell, even Parker Washington. I think I can get one of those guys later. Guard Voorhees, even with the ACL, the fact he came back and did the bench press was very impressive. Centers too, I can wait. So what was this? Was it cornerback I was thinking? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my Corey Trice here. I want the size of him. He worked out a lot better than you imagine for a corner that big. So I pulled the trigger on Corey Trice, one of my favorite guys in this draft. Now I'm looking at my wide receiver. Charlie Jones is there. Bryce Ford Wheaton, the speedster, who I think is also 6'3". That's tempting. Michael Wilson there as well. Charlie Jones. Let me just make sure there's nobody else we got for cornerback. And yeah, I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna go with the big speedy Bryce Ford Wheaton here. And why not? Why wouldn't I? Round 6. This should be our last pick because we do have a comp pick now. There it is, pick 211. So just to refresh, I got Jalen Carter, Owen Popo, Corey Trice, and Bryce Ford Wheaton. The position I could go now would be edge. I could look for a center. I could even double up on corner. So they definitely have some options here. I need a center is one. Don't love those options. I was hoping Juice Scruggs would fall. He did not. At guard, not much else other than Chandler Zavala staring me at the face. That's gross. We got our line edge. Let's see what we got for edge. Brock Martin, Thomas, and Nick Herbig. Nick Herbig is tempting. We got my receiver. We got for quarterback Aiden O'Connell, Tyson Bagent. I'm thinking about a certain player here. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to take just yet, but I wish I knew what was going to happen with Zadarius. It doesn't really matter because I don't think a 6th-round edge is going to fill that need anyway. Screw it. I'm going to mix things up here. I'm going to go with the quarterback. This was the guy that Mr. Vogel was talking up. Tyson Bagent from Shepherd. He's a gamer. Throws a decent ball. Got good size. His dad was a former arm wrestling champion. So let's take a look at this mock draft from top to bottom here. Jalen Carter. He falls to 23. You got to pull the trigger there. Yes, character concerns are legit, but at this point, it sounds like he may be just fine. He'll probably start his career in the league protocol, but he'll be on his best behavior, that's for sure. Owen Popo, linebacker, Auburn, big old thumper. Get him there, play next to Brian Asamoah. I like that. Corey Trice, obviously the big corner, and we definitely need corners here. Especially after the release of Cam Dancer. Then we got a big 6'3" speedster in Bryce Ford Wheaton from West Virginia, and Tyson Bagent, a developmental quarterback prospect. All right, there it is. That is my draft. It's all right. I got Jalen Carter at 23, so and we filled some pretty big needs. I love that top 3. I'm not gonna lie, these 2 guys here at the bottom, I don't take that often. Try to mix it up a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with this draft class. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a B. I'm giving it a B. I like it. Don't love it, but I like it. Let me know what you guys think of my latest mock. We'll call this one Janet. And until then, keep your skull in your hole.